St. Grand personal log. Subject, Zara Lemay.
What? There's gotta be a mistake. This isn't research.
Well, I don't know. Depends what you're researching.
Zara is a typical army brat. Hot-headed, defiant. She's also the best pilot to ever strap into a cockpit. Zara was top of her class at the academy, but had a rep. She's not afraid to say what she thinks, and she'll say it right to your face. The week before graduation, she quit. Zara formed a band and thrashed her way through every back alley club on every continent. Metal is her passion. But there was something missing. She was born to fly. I caught up to Zara at a show in Germany. I needed a second-in-command who would always speak her mind, no matter how bad it got. I pulled Zara out from behind the drums and put Razor behind the controls of the most advanced fighter this side of the galaxy. For her, flying and music both mean the same thing. Freedom. St. Grand personal log. Subject, Hunter Hakka.
All right. Let's hear what you have to say, old man.
Hunter comes from a long, proud line of Samoan warriors. He believed he was destined for a life on the battlefield, but war, as it always does, changed everything. Shot down over Pakistan, Hunter spent years in a Himalayan monastery putting his body and his soul back together. Hunter reflected on his life and didn't like what he saw. That's where I found Hunter and offered him a place on the Equinox. He was the only recruit who said no. Hunter is a warrior who knows he's fighting for the right reasons, but only because he's spent his life fighting for all the wrong ones. He's the backbone of this team. I envy his inner strength. Just not the path he took to find it. St. Grand personal log. Subject, Calisto Da Silva.
I don't know if I want to hear this.
But I do! Turn it up!
Callisto went from champion of the Russias, the street races, to top of the track, all before she turned 16. She's a legend to the favelas. There's a lot of pressure that comes with being a legend, and that pressure nearly cost Callisto everything. Everyone believed her racing career was over, but to Callisto, it was just a bump in the road, one more challenge to beat. I wanted that kind of resilience for my crew. I needed someone who would never, ever give up. Chase is faster now than before the accident. Stronger, too. Chase isn't broken. She's unbreakable. St. Grand personal log. Subject, Levi McCray.
Score!
Am I the only one hoping we wouldn't find this canister?
Levi has millions of followers online, and he's earned every single one. When he climbs a peak, when he goes somewhere no one else can, he shares his experience. Levi's gift is showing us how he sees the world, and he does it fearlessly. Levi is also an entitled little brat who snuck aboard my ship. He's oblivious to basic social cues. His obsession with selfies is a textbook case of compulsive narcissism. But little did I suspect that Levi would be one of the best things to happen to our crew. The Equinox wouldn't feel complete without him. St. Grand personal log. Subject, Zevram Va. Rumors say that Zevram was born into a society that values conformity, unquestioning obedience to authority, a respect for law and order. Let's just say it didn't work out. Zevram is a natural-born pirate and a thief. Before long, she had her own crew, her own ship, and a new name, Shade. But Shade's ambition was her downfall. She ripped off a large shipment of Electrum. It was the biggest heist this side of the Pleiades. But she'd bitten off more than she could chew. When I found Shade, she was still leading a life of crime. She made it clear that now she works alone. I suspect that behind all that anger and cynicism, Shade is hiding her deepest secret. She doesn't want anyone to find out that she has a good heart. St. Grand personal log. Subject, Judge. Years ago, in what seems like another life, I was doing research in the Antarctic. One night, a star fell from the heavens. It was a chunk of raw electrum, and inside, a truly alien species. Thousands of individual creatures existing as a single collective, and they were dying. I built them a protective suit and gave them a name. Judge. Judge couldn't remember anything about where he came from, or even what he was. But he helped me unlock one of the greatest mysteries of the universe, the power of Nova. With Nova, I built the first Equinox program and began the search for Judge's homeworld. On my second expedition, I made contact with a Bion scientist named Dr. Hespera Thorne. She told me things about Judge's species, known as the Swarm, that I couldn't believe. Or maybe I just didn't want to. She asked me to help her finish her research. I said no, but I almost didn't. I have to admit that after meeting Hespera, I've never looked at Judge the same way. Last I heard, she was already in the Atlas system, on the world of Vilus. Perhaps our paths will cross again. St. Grand personal log. Subject, Mason Rana. Mason is a brilliant young mind. He's achieved more in his first 20 years than I did in 40. I used to tremble at the thought of what awaited us in the stars. But then I met Mason, and saw that he had no fear of the unknown, only hope. He will succeed where I once faltered. The Equinox is one small ship, one small family, in a vast and dangerous universe. But with Mason's optimism, creativity, and enduring faith in his friends, we will never be alone.